Gouden Leeuw, the PR8 Decisive Rarity Heavy Cruiser, not Large Cruiser, Heavy Cruiser, is a side grade to Guam. She's among the best ships for campaign, especially Chapter 13 and Chapter 15 because of her good AA. And she is good, but not the best for endgame bossing, just like Guam. So her closest comparison is gonna be Guam, less tanky than Guam, but higher anti-light DPS. Gouden Leeuw has the second best contribution to fleet AA of all Vanguard ships, and the order currently in-game is San Diego, Gouden Leeuw, Guam, and then Decisive. The EHP expert puts Gouden Leeuw at 118% of Portland's tankiness, and for comparison, medium armor Guam is at 133%. She cannot use most CB guns. Of the CB guns currently in-game, all that are greater than 283mm caliber cannot be used, and that includes Guam's 305mm gun, the Rainbow one. She provides an effectively permanent 5% HE bonus for the whole fleet in bossing, and unfortunately her airstrike every 8 to 9 seconds can jam BBs, which is going to be bad for most BBs in Meta Showdown, because if the BB just finished reloading and then Gouden Leeuw launches her airstrike, then it'll delay the BB's salvo by up to 1 second. Most BBs cannot reload their next salvo before they fire their current one. One thing to note is that even with the best gear, half of Gouden's damage is from barrages, and that is actually good if you have worse gear. Because if you have worse gear, then her barrage is still as effective as it be with the best gear. But the downside of that is that she's more susceptible to gear power creep. So in the future, if there is better gear that does more damage, then her damage will only go up by a little instead of by a lot. DPS calculations using Twin 100 Kai as the secondary gun. So again, let's compare her to Guam. For heavy, she's at Guam level, and for medium, she's slightly better. For light, much better. For light, she is doing as much damage as Plymouth, and note that these calculations do not consider the standard burn from her main gun like Unzen gun or her own gun. And here are the same calculations again, but this time with Mogador gun. I have two separate slides because most of the time you would use Mogador gun on the actually strong DD gun slot, but nowadays a lot of the best DDs like Z52 and Trafalgar prefer the single 113mm, so it could free up this gun, the Mogador gun, for your secondaries. And with Mogador gun, Breast was the biggest gainer, so she closes the gap a little, but it still falls behind Gouden Leeuw. For the tier list, I just copied Guam's tiers, SSA, SS, SSD, drop 1 tier on Meta Showdown, both because she blocks BBs and because her HE buff is worse than Guam's armor break. And as you can see, S tier in Chapter 15, these two columns, is the best on the tier list currently. For new players, Gouden Leeuw is not worth getting because she requires Dev 30 and there's no catch-up or coining for PR8. It'll take new players like 5 to 7 months to get her there. For endgame players, she does not have good tech, HP and AA, but she is worth using in hard campaign content like Chapter 15, both mob and boss. For typical bossing though, like Meta Showdown or Challenge Mode or Hard Arbiter, she's a bit worse, and there may be a lot of other better options. And even in campaign, we have so many options for Chapter 15 now that she doesn't really stand out. For example, if you have Guam already, then just use Guam for one fleet, and for the other fleet, you still do not necessarily need Gouden Leeuw, but she is a lot more pretty than Guam. For bossing, go back a few slides to see which main gun is the best. It's between these three top ones, depending on the armor type. And yes, the CA guns are good, even though she loses 15% efficiencies on both the primary and secondary guns. The purple triple 283 is a poverty option against medium bosses only. For campaign, Hindenburg gun, this one, or her own gold gun are the best. And for AA gun, since she's the AA carry, you put the highest alpha damage AA guns on her. These are the barrages, and left side is with a CA gun, right side is with a CB gun. Both variants are HE ammo, so they get plus 5% damage from her skill. And both are essentially 100% geometric hit rate against moving bosses still. When she does her airstrike, she also does 2 green lasers instant hit plus 10 green orbs that circle around. And for the airstrike itself, it goes where you aim and drops 15 bombs over there. If you're on auto, then it'll aim for you like it does with BB guns.